Hey guys, welcome to the channel and welcome back to another video. Glad to have you. 7 types of income the average millionaire uses to get richer. That's what the topic is today. So we're going to have a conversation here, guys, about it. As you come into the live stream, guys, please smash the like button for me. Also, give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I like to get a nice mic check as you come in to make sure you guys can hear me. And we're going to have a conversation. We're going to do a little question and answer as well a little bit later. But we're going to be talking about the 7 types of income streams or income that average millionaires have and what they use to actually get richer. So if you want to kind of gauge where you are based on these 7 types of income that we'll discuss, guys, then feel free to, because one of the main things we want to do as we build our wealth and we make more money, we earn more money, is we want to increase our income, and having multiple various income streams is important in terms of how you get your money, in terms of how you're taxed on money, right? So thank you for the thumbs up, guys. Let me know what city, state, country you're checking in from. I always like to get an idea of where folks are from. Glad you can hear me okay. And we'll get her rolling. I think I'm going to take these headsets off here. So the question is, guys, have you ever wondered how rich or wealthy people earn their money? What are their sources of income? You've been driving around a city or a nice part of town, with big houses and so forth, nice cars. And you've been meandering your way through wealthy neighborhoods, right? And you kind of wonder to yourself, you look at these manicured lawns and huge homes, and you wonder, how do these people make their money? I think everybody I know has asked that question to themselves when they see these, these nice areas and nice parts of town and so forth. How do these people earn and make money? What are they doing? Right? What are they doing that I'm not doing? Right? How in the world do these people make money? Well, guys, the truth really is that rich people, or people that have money, wealthy people, they bring in income from various sources that typically differ from the average person. The me and the you. I say me and you. I have a lot of these incomes I'm going to talk about today as well. But at one point, I didn't have these incomes, right? So they've really, and we'll talk about this, guys, as we go along. But do me a favor, please smash that like button below and let me know where you're coming in from. Let's see, checking in from the DMV. That's DC area, Baltimore, Maryland area. Is that DMV? Yeah, DC, I think. Montego Bay, Jamaica. Good to have you. KC Mo. All right, KC Mo. Right. Good to have you here as well. Thanks for the thumbs up, guys. Andrea Galloway, good to have you as a new person here as well. Good to have you. Let's see. Watch Me Get Out of Debt. Nice name. Love that name, right? From Mankato, Minnesota, where it's about to get really, really cold, if it's not already really, really cold. Detroit, Michigan in the house. Carrollton, middle school teachers. Carrollton, Georgia. You're here. Good to have you here. Dominica Sunset from Ohio. And then we got Ghana checking in, right? From the west coast of Ghana. Let's see. I found out I had some DNA relatives from Burkina Faso. The border of Ghana and Burkina Faso. So good to have Ghana in the house as well. Jamaica, Queens, New York is here. Good to have you. Be sure to smash the like button, guys. Very important. This won't be a super 2-hour long video, but we'll have some conversation, and we can do a little Q&A too, guys. Right? You got a question? I'm going to read the chat as I go along today. So put a Q in there, guys, and I'll stop and read a few of your questions if you have one. Paul checking in from Connecticut. Good to have you, Paul. Glad you're here this morning. And also share the link to this video. Listen, we all want more types of income streams, different types of income in our lives. So everybody in this chat knows somebody that wants to make a little more money, wants to have a little more money. Please share this video with them, guys. This will be a good idea for them to look at. Charleston, South Carolina, John. Anthony, John checking in from Nashville. Good to have you again, John. Glad to have you always here. I appreciate you being here. And then, of course, Boynton Beach, Florida, right? RC. Thanks for being here as well. I just like saying Boynton, right? That's just a funny name, Boynton. Boynton Beach, Florida, checking in. Good. Good to have you. So, guys, it's all about these 7 types of income that average millionaires. Now, I'm not talking about, and some of these do apply, obviously, to the ultra rich, the billionaires, right? I'm talking about typically the average millionaire has some or all of these income streams we're going to talk about here. Now, hey, let me just say up front, rich people or people that have money, they figured out a couple of things about money, okay? They really have. And sometimes it takes getting money to figure these things out, but they figured out 2 things about money. First, money is supposed to make more money. That's the kicker, right? Money is a depreciating asset. If you have $10 in your pocket today, come back 1 year later, it's not going to be worth it. Get you the same amount of stuff for the same $10. Cash is depreciating, right? Cash is depreciating, right? So they figured out that you're supposed to take that cash that's going down in value and you're supposed to exchange it for things that are going up in value, right? You're supposed to take the depreciating asset of cash and exchange it for appreciating assets that are going up in value. That's a really important, very basic concept, but it's really, really important to know and understand, guys, because it'll give you a whole different a viewpoint of money, right? But you're supposed to exchange it. You're not just supposed to take the depreciating asset of cash and go out and buy other depreciating assets, right? You take this depreciating asset called cash and you use it and you exchange it for something that's going down in value, right? What rich people do, or people that are wealthy or have money, what they do is they take the depreciating asset of cash and they go out and buy things going up in value. Poor middle class people buy things that are going down in value with a depreciating asset, getting depreciating assets for a depreciating asset. So what happens is if I take $5,000 this year, I'm going to go invest that in things like real estate, my rental properties. Maybe I'll invest it in the stock market, right? I'll be investing that money on things that are going to go up in value so that in 5 years from now, my $5,000 may be worth $10,000, maybe, right? In 5 years, because I took it and I invested it and I grew it. I made my money make more money, right? What poor people do is they take this depreciating asset of cash, $5,000, and they go buy something that's going down in value. Shoes, purses, whatever it could be. It could be anything, right? They go buy things that are going, and so in 5 years, your $5,000 is worth about $1,000. My $5,000 is worth $10,000. That's what wealthy people do. That's the mind frame they have around money. It's supposed to make more money. It's not just supposed to sit there idly or go down in value. It's got to go up, and I got to figure out a way to make it go up, right? That's what people, that's how you grow money, and that's what they figured out. The second thing that wealthy and rich people figured out is that their time is way too valuable to simply have earned income from a job, right? Their time is way too valuable to simply have only one source of income from a job. There's plenty of ways to make money, plenty of ways to increase your income. And if we're trying to grow our wealth, like we try to do on this channel, right? We try to build our wealth up and grow our wealth and grow our money and make more money, increase our income, right? I mean, yeah, we can do things like become more valuable, which I talk about on this channel quite a bit. Become more valuable, lower your expenses, right? The first place to go if you want more money is to stop spending so much money. We can do those things, right? But we also want to actually make more money. We want to increase our income, right? So there's all different ways that you can increase your income. One of them is by having several different types of income sources, income streams that you're able to glean from and get money from, right? So that's what we're discussing on this video, the 7 types of income The average millionaire, just the person that has a net worth of $1 million or more, right? I'm not talking about Elon Musk. I'm not talking about Warren Buffett. I'm not talking about the people that are billionaires, right? That we don't know. There's a lot of them we don't know who are billionaires, right? The Dave Stewarts of the world. Dave Stewart, right? One of the 5 or 6 African-American millionaires. Is he a billionaire? Billionaires in America, right? We're not talking about those people. We're talking about regular average millionaire people like myself or like some of you that are in this chat, right? So that's what we want to talk about, the 7 types of income that they have and use to get richer. And I want you to think about these things as we go through them. Hey, do you have any of these? And how can you maybe get these sources of income, these types of income in your life if you don't? This video is for you to see, hey, what am I doing wrong? What can I do different and do better to increase my sources and types of income? Don't forget to smash the like button as we get into it, guys. I always hope people will share the videos because that's really the best way that you can support this channel is to share the video with other people. And if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing if this is your first time visiting. Just to do a little quick housekeeping real quick, and then we're going to talk about the 7 types of income, do a little Q&A in between there. Also, in the description box below, get your free 24 Laws of Money in the description box below. Free from me to you. It's an ebook, 49 pages. Also, Mint Mobile link. I partnered with Mint Mobile on several videos recently. I'm a user of Mint Mobile, and I definitely believe that their service is awesome, and it's for less price than what we normally pay for premium wireless services. So we're about saving money on this channel. One of the ways you can save money is to switch to Mint Mobile, all right? They use the world's largest 5G network, so the quality is great, no drop calls and all that. There's no store, no salespeople, and so they pass all that savings on to us. You can get a much better deal on your premium wireless service through Mint Mobile. There's a link to that below. And again, guys, let me check real quick, check the box here. Sorry about my lighting. I don't have great lighting today. Arizona's in the house. Good to have you. Southeast Tennessee is in the house. Good to have you. Good morning to you. Toe Guy TV. Good to have you here as well. So let's jump into it, guys. The first type of income that average millionaires use is what we all typically use is earned income, right? And earned income is probably the most popular of all the ones I'm going to talk about here. Earned income. That's income you receive from having a job, right? Or being self-employed. Earned income is the highest taxed income, guys, right? It's the money you get from salaries, wages, commissions, bonuses, all that, tips, whatever it may be, right? Anything that's taxable like that is considered earned income, right? Whatever you get as an employee is earned income, right? Non-taxable pay you get is not considered earned income, right? So if you're on Social Security, you're getting Social Security disability, that's not earned income, right? But basically with earned income, you're trading your time for money. You're trading your time and your efforts for money, right? Any money that I make on this YouTube channel, I have to report that to the IRS as earned income because I traded my time for money. It's what you get for your time, right? For your labor, right? You use your time and your labor and you receive money. Per the IRS, it's earned income. Per the IRS, right? So guys, millionaires, they work and they get earned income too. A lot of millionaires work. Every millionaire is not sitting back chilling doing nothing, right? They work, right? And it's a part of their income. It's not everything for most millionaires, right? The thing that separates wealthy people from the rest of society, right, is that earned income is not their only source of income. If you look up right now, guys, and your only source of income is your job, right? Then you are paying the highest taxes. You're going to have a hard time of actually moving up in terms of wealth, right? Because you're trading your time for money and you're being highly taxed for it. Poor middle class people, they rely primarily on this earned income, right? When earned income is your only source of income, you're going to feel like a hamster in a wheel, right? Because it's, you're working hard. You're spending 40, 50, 80 hours a week working. You're working overtime. You're like a hamster in a wheel, right? Your money's getting heavily taxed. You don't want to make more money. You ever heard people say, I don't want to make too much money, then I'm just paying more taxes, right? That's earned income, right? So in this quest for financial freedom, this quest of a financial journey for you to increase your income, to make more money, to be better with your money, diversifying your income sources away from just having earned income is a key strategy that you got to employ, right? Don't just rely on a single job. It may provide you with good stability and you feel good and you get the health care and all that good stuff, right? But it may fall a little short when it comes to creating wealth and achieving, maybe becoming a millionaire. You can do it. It just may take you 30, 40 years. It may take you 30, 40 years if that's all you're relying on, right? Because the more you work, the more taxes you pay, right? So this is why we want to have multiple streams of income, right? So the second one, let's jump into number 2. The second one is profit income. Profits, right? This is income from buying something low, selling at a higher price so that you earn a profit, right? It's the revenue, whatever the revenue that you call it, the revenue that's left over after your expenses is considered profit, right? Do you have a business? Do you earn profit? Most millionaires in America are business owners. If you look at the one profession that they do the most, you're sure there's other professions, right? Engineer, teacher, those professions, but what most of them have is they're entrepreneurs and they have a business and they get profit income, right? If you have a business, is your business set up properly so you can measure and see what your profits are? Do you do a profit loss statement? Do you have an income statement? Do you do your books? There's a lot of people, listen, today that have businesses, have side gigs, side hustles. They don't have their business set up properly, right? They don't have it set up properly so they can have accounting of their business, right? You want to do that. If you have a business so you can properly measure your profit income, you want to set it up. Why not do a profit loss statement or, do some accounting, do an income statement, right? That looks at your income and expenses. Do a balance sheet that looks at your assets and your liabilities, right? But if you want to have some profit income, you can sell a product, right? And charge more for that product than it costs you to make the product or produce the product or procure the product, get the product, right? If you have a dream of becoming an entrepreneur and a business owner, that's how you make this type of income. Entrepreneur, business owner will make profit income. And it's just, profit income is just buying low, selling high. We don't have to make it super fancy. If you've owned an eBay store, you understand what profits are. If you sold a product, you understand what profit income is. This is also known sometimes as business income, right? It's the money you make from the businesses that you've set up. And a lot of millionaires, they have a business. If you own rental property, right? If you have a piece of rental property, then you have a business and you understand profits, right? It takes mortgage, taxes, insurance, repairs, and maintenance is $1,000 every month. You get paid $2,000 a month. That extra $1,000 a month is your profit, right? It's on top of the revenue, right? So understanding that profit income is excellent. It's one of the more popular ways that average millionaires, besides a job, that they actually have and get and receive income, right? So that's important, guys. Let me know in the comments, how many of these types of income streams do you have? We'll talk about it briefly towards the end here, but I want to know what types of these, which one of these do you have? Which one do you want? Which one are you thinking about getting, right? So number 3, and we're going to talk about them, then let's do some Q&A, guys. I want to hear from you which one of these do you have and which one do you want to have? Be thinking about as we talk, which ones are you thinking about getting? Have you always wanted to have? Now, number 3 is royalty income. royalty income, right? Very, very cool to have royalty. This is income from someone using your name or using your work. You get royalties from it, right? Royalties can come from the use of a trademark or the use of a patent, the use of your name or your brand, right? You could write a book on a topic you know something about. Write a book about something you love or something you like or something you want to write a book about, and you get paid royalties from it, right? And you're in the ball game of royalty income. You know, I got on board with this one about 3 years ago when I wrote 2 years ago, 2 or 3, when I wrote a couple of books, put them on Amazon, right? One book was about how to buy good used cars cash. And because I bought all my cars cash for the last 10, 15 years. So the other book was how to be a good, tips for being a good landlord, right? Bunch of tips on how to be a good landlord because I've owned rental properties for a long time. A couple of things that I knew a little bit about, so I figured I'd write a book about them. And now every time they sell on Amazon, I get paid, right? Royalties can also come from, like I said, patents and trademarks as well. You know, it could be about selling your rights or branding or stuff like that. Many of your actors and entertainers and people like that, they make a lot of money from royalty income, right? Maybe it's a commercial or something that gets replayed and played and over the course of, okay, I do voiceover work too. So when I do voiceover work, sometimes I get, there's some royalties that come with some of that work. Some of that work, most of that work is flat fee. But every now and then, if there might be something that comes through where I get paid a royalty income every time something airs or something. But when you own patents, produce books, music, intellectual property, all those things that people are willing to pay for the right to use, then you're in the ball game with royalty income, right? Again, it's very common for creatives, out there, how they make their money. For another example, if you're a photographer, right? Like somebody's out there taking pictures. If you're a photographer, you can actually get paid royalties, right, from your photos, the licensing of your photos, right? So that's another way that you can get in the ball game of these extra income streams. Number four is interest income. Interest income is the money that you make from the compounding interest on the money you saved or invested or loaned out to other people. Interest income might be also a high yield savings account, right? If you have a high yield savings account, you're getting 3, 4, 5%, right? You got a money market account, right? If there's bonds or something that you own, right? Because a bond is a loan from you to a company or to a government or to a municipality, right? And so that money, that interest you receive is considered interest income, right? So some millionaires, they issue loans out to investors, right, and businesses, right, and they get interest on those loans, right? Peer-to-peer lending type of thing where they get interest. That's interest income, right? That's interest income. That's how you get in that game. Number 5. Let's talk about number 5. Number 5 is dividend. Oh, by the way, guys. No, let's go. Dividend income. All right. So when you buy shares of a company's stock, you become a part owner of that company, right? And you're entitled to dividend payments, right? Well-timed investments in companies will generate you some good forms of dividends, passive income, right? Dividends is a passive income stream, right? But what I always do with dividends, and a lot of people do dividends differently, I always reinvest dividends, right? Because I want that compounding effect of dividends. But dividend income is a type of income that the average millionaire uses to get richer, right? To get richer. You're getting extra money on top of money, right? It's basically from owning stocks how you get the dividend income. A distribution of a company's earnings to the shareholders, for the stocks that you own, right? For some companies, dividends are paid out quarterly. We know that, right? And of course, as I said, you can always choose to reinvest those dividends. You can live off of them too. I know people that get $5,000 a month from dividends, right? You can live off those dividends as well, right? But of course, as I said, I always choose to reinvest mine, right? As those stocks that you own that pay dividends, as they appreciate, Dividend payments get bigger and bigger and bigger over the year. Or you own more shares and you own more and more shares, dividend payments become bigger and bigger, right? Dividends is really, I'm gonna say dividends is one of the ultimate passive income streams that you can have. One of the ultimates. You click a button or two or three, right? You click a button, two or three, and you can get some quarterly dividends, right? Coming back to you as a you didn't really do anything, right? Just think about that for a second, guys. That's why you want to be in the stock market. That's why you want to be investing your money. You know, again, some people make thousands of dollars a month simply on dividend income. If you have enough shares of the right stocks or what have you, you can live off dividend income. If you were getting $4,000 a month in dividend income, you really don't have to work if you don't want to, or you could still work. And this is how rich people become richer. They understand these concepts, right? Let's see here. Oh, guys, don't forget, smash that like button for me, please, guys. I appreciate that reminder in the chat, whoever put that in there. Please smash the like button for me, guys. Very important you hit that thumbs up. Please consider taking the link to this video and sharing it with other people, sharing it on your Facebook page, sharing it on X or Twitter, sharing it to the folks you know on IG somehow, right? Just enlightening these folks or emailing this out to other people, but sharing the video. Once the video's up, you can hit the little share button and share the link to it. But most people want to have more income and grow their income, right? So we're talking about ways to do that, guys, all right? So let's go to number 6. Now, number 6 is my favorite. Don't forget also, guys, in the below box, in the description box, go ahead and get your free 24 Laws of Money, and also check out Mint Mobile, the link to Mint Mobile. Got a bunch of links in the description box, actually. You might want to check all that out. There's a lot of stuff down there. Number 6 is my favorite. And I say it's my favorite because it's one of the ways that I've made a lot of money over the years. A lot of money. Over the last 23 years, I've made a lot of money with number 6. And number 6 is rental income. Income you get from renting out something. Now, I said something. You don't have to be a apartment or a house. You can rent out a lot of different things. You can rent out equipment, right? I just did a video that I put on YouTube about a couple days ago or yesterday that said 5 income streams. One of those income streams is renting stuff out. And it could be stuff. Now, I like this one because I've rented out single-family homes over the last 23 years, right? So single-family homes has been an excellent source of income for me over the years, right? But you can rent out land, you can rent out buildings, you can rent out commercial buildings, right? Apartments, or stuff. You can rent out stuff. People pay you for the use of what you own. People pay you for the use of the stuff that you have, right? That's a pretty sweet deal, right? The most common rental income, obviously, is from renting out buildings, commercial, single-family homes, etc., residentials, right? But I love, love, love rental income. And somebody asked me a real estate question. I've got 90 videos here on YouTube in a playlist about real estate and about renting, being, managing your own properties and all that good stuff, right? I've done a few lives about it. But I've got 90 plus videos here on YouTube about it, here on this channel. You just go to my playlist and you'll see. I don't do a whole lot of them about rental real estate or real estate anymore, but there's a lot of them that are still there, and I just leave them up because it's a part of making money. This whole channel is about increasing your income and making more money and managing your money and building your wealth, right? And it's a great way to build your wealth through rental income, right? And the beauty here's the beauty about renting out single family houses. One of the beauties, right? One of the beauties about renting out single family houses is that the property is still increasing the whole time. It's a great appreciating asset. So not only are you getting rents once a month, but you're also having an increase in the property. It's a win-win for you, right? So when I look up, let's say I have one property that I bought for, what did I buy it for? $30,000, right? I bought it for $30,000 a long time ago. Now it's worth about $130,000, roughly $130,000. So all the time I was collecting rent on that property, the property was still going up in value. the whole time. So now, that's $30,000 to, 130,000. That's it's going up 4 times. You say, wow. So think about if there's $100,000 house out there in about 20 years, it might be worth 400,000. And all you've done is collect rents the whole time if you rent it out. And it's also gone up in value, right? You get the rental income, you get the appreciation from the value of a thing of it increasing, the appreciation increasing, the value increasing, right? Super duper nice way of getting income, right? Or using that type of income to get richer and richer and richer, right? It's one of my favorite ways. But again, it doesn't have to be residential properties. You can rent out your car, right? You can rent out space in a building, right? You could lease and then sublease, right? You can rent out a piece of land. You could take your front yard, if you own your property, take your front yard and you can advertise it to roofing companies and advertise it to other companies that maybe want to pay you just to put a sign in your yard. You're renting out space, right? Some people, if they own really nice commercial space somewhere, they take and they rent out the property that you see a billboard on. You might see a billboard driving down the highway. Well, somebody owns that property and they might rent out the space on that property to the owner of the billboard who pays them to utilize that space to have their billboard, right? It doesn't have, or it might be equipment. Maybe you have a power tool, a power washer or something, right? Maybe you have a walk behind lawnmower. Is it not walk behind, but a stand behind, one of those ones, the fancy ones, right? That cost $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, $10,000. Maybe you have that and you want to lease that out to somebody who wants to start their own lawn business, whatever. But you're renting out something for somebody else to use. Great type of income, right? Now, number 7, let me go to number 7. Then we'll get to check out the chat, guys. If you got a question, if you have a question, please ask me. I can help you think through the answer. Help you think through how can you get these types of incomes? What ideas do you have in your brain that you could do to get some of these income streams, right? To get more income. Number 7 is capital gains income, right? Buying and selling assets can provide you with an income known as capital gains. Capital gains is income that you earn through the sale of an asset, right? You sell a business, you sell a stock, right? Or you sell some type of art. Let's say you have an art. It's capital gains, right? This is the income. It's usually acquired in a lump sum. If you bought a house for $300,000, like I said earlier, and you sell the house for $450,000, after a few years, your capital gains is $150,000, right? Subject to taxes, like all these income. And I'm not a tax expert, so I don't want to go too deep into taxes. But that depends on your jurisdiction, where you're at, and all that good stuff. If you buy stocks and you buy shares of stock worth $100 and you sell it for $120, that's capital gains of $20, right? You get the capital gain income from the rise in the value of the appreciating asset. The rise in the value of the appreciating asset. You have to pay taxes on that, right? Owning a home, owning a piece of land, owning a building, and any other type of investment, you understand what I'm talking about there. So that's it, guys. That's the 7 income streams or types of income the average millionaires use to get richer. They use these to get richer. I want to know from you, what types of incomes do you not have on that list that you want, right? Just to recap, we said earned income. Earned income is from a job, right? Everybody gets it. That's the highest tax income. Profit income. Income from buying something low and selling it at a higher price, right? If you own a business, you understand profit income, profits, right? Then we talked about, I think number 3 was royalty income, right? So royalty income is income from someone using your name or your work or the use of your work or from a trademark or a patent, right? Writing a book and receiving royalties from that book, pay from that book on a regular basis, right? That's royalty income. Then we talked about interest income, the money you make from compounding interest on the money you saved or invested or the money you loaned out to somebody, right? That's interest income too, right? Guys, if you as you have more people that have a lot in their 401k or in their retirement savings, you guys can attest to this. But if you got $500,000 in invested, and the next thing you know, you look up, let's say invested in the stock market, you look up a year from now and you got $570,000. That's $70,000 is interest that you made, right? On the money from compound interest, right? That's interest income. Then we talked about dividend income. When you buy shares of a company and you become a part owner, and they give you a portion of their profits called dividends. They distribute that to shareholders. That's dividend income. And of course, then we talked about rental income, my favorite, right? Income you get from renting out property or renting out equipment or something that you own to other people to use. And then finally, we talked about capital gains income, right? Buying and selling assets, the money that you pay on the appreciation, or the money that you receive, on the appreciation. You have to pay taxes on that, of course, but you get that extra income on appreciating assets, right? So those are the 7. Which ones do you have? Which ones do you not have? Which ones do you want? Drop a Q in the chat box, guys, and let's just talk about. Let me run through some of your comments, guys. I haven't been looking at this like I said I would, so I apologize about that. Make money from gambling, Penny said. Okay, from the bets, right? Now some people do prefer REITs over owning property, right? Actually owning physical property. REITs is a way of investing in property without really investing in property. But I always tell people, if you own REITs, make sure you check the fine print, see what they're actually investing in. Where are they investing in? Are they investing in strip malls? Are they investing in shopping centers? Are they investing in certain type of hospitals, maybe warehouses, right? Understand what your REIT is invested in. Just don't go out and buy a REIT just because you say, I want to own a REIT, right? You got to be real careful about that. Yes, guys, actually smash the like button for me. Smash the like button for me if you can, please. I really, really would appreciate that. Let's see here, guys. Question: would owning something like a vending machine and having it in places like a library, dealership, school count as profit income? Absolutely. Right? Vending machines. If you have a vending machine business, that's a business, right? What's the cost of your profit? What's the cost of your product? What is the cost of having it in the spaces that you have it in? What's the cost of running the vending machine, repairs and maintenance, right? You take all that, and if the cost of, or the price, or the profit you receive, if the revenue you receive on top of all that is greater than the expenses, you have profit income. Absolutely. Vending machines is that would be considered profit income. Absolutely. Somebody said, I have a friend of mine suggested me buying a vending machine to make some quick money. I'm not a quick money guy, but you can definitely make money owning vending machines. I know people that have companies owning vending machines. I've talked to several of them in the last 6 months or so. But yes, that's absolutely profit income. Absolutely. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. Thank you, Toe Guy, for smashing the like button. I appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys for doing that. Hey, good morning to you, Mr. Hernandez. Good to have you here. Let's see, Mariah Carey. I invest in stocks. My day job is a tour operator. I just started my YouTube channel. Jamaica Sightseeing. Congratulations on your YouTube channel. And travel agent business. Don't spread yourself too thin, Jamaica Sightseeing, right? Don't have too many businesses, because sometimes you can't really get good at one if you have too many irons out there. So be careful with that. But congratulations on your YouTube channel. There's profit there. Right? YouTube has low overhead, right? When you get started on YouTube and you want to make some profit income from YouTube, low overhead, right? You need a camera. Actually, you just need a phone, right? A phone and something to talk about, something to do. That's it. No overhead really to start, right? As you go along, you could increase your overhead when it comes to having that type of business. Intentional Millionaire says, I'm going to start on royalty income. Congratulations. Let me know how you're going to start on that royalty income. Let me know. Rental income and royalty income is good. Question. I think I found the cheat code. Reinvested dividends in a Roth IRA. I'm funding it using the mega backdoor strategy. Absolute beast. I think you can do that. Don't quote me on that, right? But if you get dividends from it, you can always reinvest your dividends. So yeah, good idea. Let's see here. Hello from India. Good to have you. All right. Good to have you. And thank you for following. I like Vanguard. Vanguard has some good REITs as well, too. But that's it, guys. That's the 7 types of income the average millionaire has. What types of income do you want on that list? What types of income do you not have? Is anybody in the chat only have earned income only? Only in earned income. If you only have earned income, it's going to be tough on you to become a millionaire. It's going to be tough on you to really, really grow your wealth at the speed that you probably want to grow it. And when I say at the speed, I mean 10, 15, 20 years. If you have earned income, you can grow wealth, but it's just going to take you longer, right? It's going to take you more time, all right? Very important for you guys to note that. Question, William, you got a question. Let's see, you mentioned renting out land. What situation would someone rent just the land without the building? If you only have land and you have no structure on the land, maybe you have some farmland or something useful that can be extracted from the land, right? That would be a situation when you can rent the land out only. Now, if you have a building or a structure on the land, then who's going to want the land without the building, right? Now, there could be an opportunity if you have a piece of commercial property and you have land that sits out in front of your commercial property, perhaps something that could be usable land, could be something that could be advertised on, right? You could maybe rent that piece of land out and then rent out the commercial building or the piece of building that's on the property separate. It just all depends, right? Every situation's a little bit different based on, of course, what the laws, the rules, the zoning and laws and statutes are in your city or wherever you're at. But there could be a number of scenarios where that could actually work and actually happen, right? Let's see. You're welcome, Jamaica. I want rental income and to increase my dividend income, Elizabeth said. Yes, I would advise anybody in this chat who wants to increase their income, I would advise all of you to consider rental income. Rental income. Consider it. There's, buying a piece of property. Once you get your financial foundation together, right? You got your emergency fund, you got your debt controlled or paid off. You have, you're investing your money in the stock market and things like that. Yes, you want to diversify and maybe get into some rental income, some real estate, right? Real estate's a wonderful appreciating asset, right? If you look around the world, a majority of millionaires around the world, they own real estate. Some of them, they own a whole bunch of real estate, right? You could be like the McDonald's Corporation, right? The McDonald's Corporation, they're not really a food business. They're really a real estate business. When you look at McDonald's, they have prime real estate all throughout the world. And they have a whole real estate department at McDonald's that only handles and deals with and manages real estate throughout the world. They are a real estate company who sells hamburgers at this point. That's what they are, right? So some people, you make a lot of money, but then you have to find places to actually invest your money that's other than the stock market. For me, that's what I did. I said, I don't want to only be in the stock market because think about the year 2022. In the year 2022, the stock market was down. S&P was down, 18%, 17% down, right? But at the same time, I owned real estate. So my rents increased a little bit, and also my appreciation went up on my properties, right? Because I'm kind of diversified in terms of my assets. They're not all in one place. They're not all in real estate. They're not all in the stock market. They're a little bit of both, right? You really only need the big three. If you just do two of the big three, you can build wealth in America nicely, and you can live a really nice life. Two of the big three. The big three is real estate, stock market, and the third one is business, owning a business, right? You just have to have, if you have two of the three, you're in good shape. I happen to have all three. A business, Smart Money Bro is a business. I also have rental property. And I also have stock market investments. But if you have just two of them, you're fine. You don't need to have all three. Just two, right? And the two that did well for me, one did horribly in 2022. One did great in 2022, right? That's why it's important to have these different types of income so that when one gets crazy, right? My real estate in 2008, 9, 10, my real estate did horrible. The prices dropped and it went to rock bottom. Right. But at the same time, I was in the stock markets. I was growing money there. Right. The other beauty about rental real estate is that it's kind of a hedge against inflation. This is one that most people don't talk about very much, but it's true. When you own rental real estate, you're not affected by inflation. Matter of fact, you're helped by inflation, right? Because when the price of bread goes up and the price of milk goes up and the price of and then inflation goes up to 6, 7, 8%, guess what happens to your rents? Your rents increase too. That's typically what happens in a high inflation environment. Rents go up as well. Just like everything around us is going up, rents go up. Guess what happens? If you own property, commercial, residential, whatever it could be, multifamily, single family, then your rents can go up as well a little bit. So it's a hedge against inflation. You call that, some people call that horrible, bad. That's capitalism at its worst. You call it what you will, but as an owner of rental real estate, it's a hedge against inflation. You're kind of protected against inflation because of your rent prices that can raise as well. Right? People don't like saying that too much nowadays, but it's true, right? So rental real estate, rental income is great. Somebody said, I just started my business. Is there some ways to get good business funding? There's a lot of crowdfunding and things you can go for out there. I would just do my research. I would just do my research on crowdfunding opportunities and abilities, and seeing how you can raise some capital, seeing the different ways that you can raise capital. Now, thankfully, I've done my businesses, kind of bootstrapped my businesses where I've never taken out, well, besides my real estate, right? I did take out loans for real estate, right? But other than that, as far as crowdfunding, I've never had to crowdfund. But there's a lot of ways. There's grants and things like that, places where you can raise money for businesses. That would be something I think you should definitely do a little research on. I can't give you the full-blown answers on that one because I've never done crowdfunding and trying to raise capital. But I know it's a big issue, and it's something that you got to do sometimes depending on the type of business. But I would also say try starting your business with as very, very little money as possible. Rock bottom as little money as possible. In terms of borrowing money, I'm not a big borrower of money, guys. I'm kind of a no debt guy for the most part, unless it's on appreciating assets. Now, a new business may not be, it may not be around for a while. That's why I don't want to see you go out and get $100,000 loan on a business, and next thing you know, 3 years later, the business is no longer there, but you still got to pay the $100,000 back. So be careful about that. Let's see here, guys. Okay, what advice do you have for someone wanting to get into YouTube? Mrs. Jones, Natural Options asks. I have a few different streams of income now, but want to start a YouTube channel about growing vegetables to feed my family. That's a great idea. That's a great YouTube idea, right? Having a sort of a vlog where you talk about growing your own food. There's a lot of people that want to get off the grid, especially nowadays, and getting off the grid, raising your own food is an excellent idea for a YouTube channel. A couple pieces of advice I have for you if you want to start a YouTube channel. If anybody's on here that wants to start a YouTube channel to increase their income and make more money or have more money, is first thing is you got to have, you got to just don't be shy about the camera, right? Get over your fears, get over your nervousness, get over what people are going to say about you and think about you, and just commit to doing it. Commit to say you're going to do it. Be consistent with your uploads, right? Don't upload 1 week and then never upload again for another 4 weeks, and then don't upload again for another 3 months. And then people that do that, you're never going to grow on YouTube that way, because the algorithm won't learn you. The algorithm won't know who you are or understand who you are. It takes a while to get monetized. You're going to put in a lot of work on YouTube, time, effort, editing, whatever it may be, coming up with ideas. You're going to take a lot of time, and you're going to be working a long time, months, maybe years before you actually get monetized on YouTube. But once you get monetized, then you can begin to, switch your strategy, do some things a little different, keep growing, keep getting better. I would suggest you start watching maybe a guy like Roberto. What's Roberto's last name, guys? He's a great YouTuber that helps people and talks to people about getting a YouTube channel. Give me a second. I'll give you Roberto's last name. Give me 1 second here, because I like to push other YouTubers that do good work on my channel, guys. I don't have no problem with sharing good YouTubers. Oh, Blake, Roberto Blake. Roberto Blake. Check out his YouTube. I'll put his name in the chat. Check out Roberto's YouTube channel. Okay, he talks a lot about helping new YouTubers get better. You might even try vidIQ, VIDIQ, vidIQ. A couple of places that help new YouTubers grow their channel, right? So check those channels out, guys. I would suggest that you just punch fear in the face and hit the record button on whatever device you have and start making videos. If you go back to the beginning of my videos 2.5 years ago, I didn't know what I was doing. I was quiet. I was shy. Wasn't quite sure, right? Thankfully, in my past, I was a school teacher a long time ago and a coach for 13 years. So I've kind of got used to getting in front of people, and that made the camera a little bit easier, but it was still an adjustment. I suggest you do it. I don't care what the topic is. You know, how to feed, growing vegetables, how to feed your family is a great topic, but I don't care what the topic is. Start a YouTube channel, guys. This YouTube money out here is real. So that's a few suggestions for you. At the moment, earned income is our main source of income, said Robert Esterbrook. We have a house in Georgia, currently no tenant, so hitting us both for rent and mortgage at the same time. How much do you suggest I put aside for dilemmas like this? Okay, here's the deal. Don't be an accidental landlord. If you don't want to be a landlord, sell the house. Don't be an accidental landlord. Accidental landlords ruin it for all the other landlords because accidental landlords don't take good care of their properties. Accidental landlords are the people that let their properties go to shambles and don't care about what their property looks like. Those are a lot of times those are accidental landlords. I accidentally became a landlord. I really don't want to be a landlord, but I am a landlord. I don't like it. I don't want to deal with people. And so as a consequence, the house goes to shambles, the neighborhood goes to shambles, and everything goes to shambles because you're an accidental landlord who don't want to be a landlord. So if you want to be a landlord, do it right? We don't need any more bad landlords out here, right? Or bad property owners out here. But otherwise, here's what you do. If you like it, you want to have it, Robert, you want to keep it, you like the property, you want to make some money on it. First, you got to get a tenant, and you got to get a good tenant. The most important thing you're going to do as a landlord, hands down, 100%, I don't care what anybody else tells you, the most important thing you're going to do as a landlord is you're going to find the right tenant. The wrong tenant will make your landlord experience horrible. So you got to find the right tenant. So you want to get that thing rented, Robert, as soon as possible. But you have to set aside some money. So what I always tell people is for every door you own, at least have $5,000, $5,000 to $10,000 set aside for every door that you own. For those type of situations, Robert, $5,000 or $10,000 per door for these types of situations. Now, if you have a high-end property, let's say you have a property that's worth $500,000 and you rent it out for $4,000 typically, then you might want to have $15,000 to $20,000 per door, because the more expensive the home is, typically a lot of times the more expensive the repair is going to be. So you want to have a little bit more if you have a more upper echelon type of home. But I suggest about $5,000, $5,000 to $10,000 per door is always a good baseline to have in case you have rental properties and they stay empty for a while or you have some major repairs. All right, good question. Thanks for asking that, Robert. Seminole, I only have earned income right now, mid-20s. That's cool, man, mid-20s. What would we all give to be back in our mid-20s, right? And if we knew all the stuff we know now in our mid-20s, we'd kill the game, right? All right, so mid-20s, but I want rental income and dividends. All right, Seminole, good question, Seminole. First of all, before you get rental income and dividends, make sure you got your own house in order, Seminole. You're only 20-something years old. Make sure you have your own house in order, meaning that you have your debts paid off, meaning that you have an emergency fund, meaning that you are contributing to your 401k at your job, or you're lobbing 10%, 15% of your money towards the stock market. Once you're doing those things and you've managed your foundation with money, then look at rental income and and dividend income. Well, dividend income you can get from your investments, right? But don't buy a house and try to have a rental house if you haven't got your foundation together in your own house, right? That's really important because a lot of people try to go out and buy rental properties and they don't even, I made that mistake too. That's why I know that mistake well. I made that mistake. I tried to buy rental properties and I didn't have money. You know, I was just now trying to get my own self together. And so you want to make sure you're ready. But Seminole, go for it, right? Go for it. If you have all that stuff in order, feel free to get you a rental property, right? Make sure when you buy a piece of rental property that you buy the rental property to sell. In other words, you buy it at the right price. You make money on real estate at the buy. In other words, if it's a $100,000 house and it retails for $100,000, that's what it sells for. You want to buy it at $70,000. You want to buy it at $50,000. You want to buy a discount when you buy a piece of rental property. Don't just buy it you could, if you want to, totally up to you. You could buy a $200,000 house for $200,000. But if you really want to make money in real estate, you want to buy a $200,000 house for $150,000, right? Because you make money on the buy. So good question, Seminole. Good luck to you. Hope you can do that. Royal income will be from writing a book. Okay, Intentional Millionaire, writing a book, and I'm a partner with a patent. Fantastic. Congratulations. There's some legal battles, all right? So with your writing a book, very important. I had to learn this the hard way when I wrote my 2 books. When you write a book, you could have the greatest book in the world, but if don't nobody know what's out there, you ain't gonna make money from it. You have to market. Just like in real estate, it's location. When you write a book, you got to market. You have to become a subject matter expert somehow. Get on some podcasts. Start a YouTube channel talking about what you wrote your book about, right? Create a Facebook group that is a community of people that you can talk to and talk about your book. Create some buzz around your book, right? Become an expert. People have to know it's out there, else it won't sell, right? There's millions of books on Amazon that don't make any money because nobody knows they're out there. Could be great books, but you got to market that thing, right? So very important. Good luck to you on that. That's an excellent idea for some royalty income, though. Mark said, gold hit all-time high. Glad I got some. Gold, if you want to have gold, that's cool too. I'm not a gold guy. I'm not a silver guy. But if you want to add those to your portfolio, no problem with that at all, guys. All right. Jonesing Finance, good to have you. Thanks for being here. Maybe some profit income too. I had a former coworker of mine told me how this was one of the few black men south there. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, owning a business. Owning a business is great. And let's see here. Rent the land as a parking lot. Absolutely. Farming, etc. Somebody answered that question. Do you have a video of the breakdown of your own investments and net worth? Yes, Exenio Guy, I do. If you join this channel, I just did a video about my net worth. I do my net worth twice a year, right? I figure my net worth, really a preliminary. I do it once a year, big time, but preliminary twice a year. So I figure my net worth twice a year. If you join this channel, you can join this channel at the base level, like $2.99 to join. You'll see that video. I put it out for members only. I did that about 3 or 4 weeks ago. Just recently did it. And I also have another one that's actually out there on YouTube from 2 years ago when I figured my net worth from 2 years ago. And so I went down because some people, they say, well, who are you to tell me what to do with my money? You don't have any money. I'm really not. I really do have a little bit of money, but I don't like to talk about it too much, right? But if you join the channel, you check out the video and it'll break it. I share my screen and I break down exactly what is owned and what's not owned, and exactly the changes from year to year over the last 3 or 4 years of what my personal net worth is. Okay. And I also I don't have any videos about really the types of the specific index funds and ETFs that I invest in, but I'm going to do that shortly in the next few weeks for the members of the channel. And we come in and have that conversation, and I'll go through what I own and which specific ones I own. I might do that. I might make that one public at some point for everybody. But if you're a member of this channel, those are the types of video. I kind of go behind the scenes a little bit more on those videos. Good question, Exennial. Let's see. Toe guys, that's true. 2 of 3 is great. 3 of 3 is idea. Yeah, the big 3: business building, business owning, real estate, and the stock market. And if you're in the stock market, you're really owning businesses, but you don't have your own business, right? And somebody said, I'm finding rents going down. They may be going down a little bit. Yep. Let's see here. Let's see. Question, isn't that increase in value of a particular item you own in many cases just inflation? The item didn't necessarily increase in value, just means it takes more of our dollars to buy it. Could be. Yeah, that does happen. But if it takes more of your dollars to buy it, that's more of a gain for me. If I own a piece of property, that's good for me, right? Somebody said SBA loans. I'm not a big loan guy. What is your advice for someone who wants to buy their first duplex in New York or Connecticut by the ending of the next year to house hack? That's cool. Love it. I love house hacking. I think it's very good. Just be careful who you put in there, obviously. But I love the idea of house hacking. House hacking being you own a piece of property, rent out a room or two, rent out the basement, right? And you live it in as well. Or even buying a duplex and you living on one side and you renting out the other side. Wonderful way to make money. If I could do it all over again, guys, this is what I would probably do. I would buy a duplex, rent out the other side. More than 2 years later, 2 to 3 years later, I would move to another duplex, rent out the other side, keep the one I had, rent both sides. And over the course of about 10 years, move about 4 times, 3, 4, 5 times, probably 3 or 4 times. At the end of 10 years, own 3 or 4 or 5 duplexes, right? That's about 6, 8, 10 different doors that I'd own, right? If I could do it again, I'd probably do that. Or I would buy multifamily properties, right? Apartment complexes and so forth. And I may still buy an apartment complex. I'm kind of tossing that around in the back of my brain, buying some apartment complexes, right? We'll look at doing that maybe in a few years. Yes, Roberto Blake, my guy. I like Roberto. He's a good guy. He's a nice guy, and he's real solid guy. He's got 500-something thousand, 600,000 subscribers, and he helps folks. All right. Let's see. Blake. We all got Blake. Good. All right. Tired of renting. Use your VA 100% loan. Could do. Yeah. Fantastic. All right. Just looking at some of your comments, guys. Hey, good morning, Miss V. Seattle. Good to have you here. Let's see here. Somebody said check the 9-volt battery. I think I'm good. Just begin my investing journey, said Dominica. Looking into a parking lot style or coin op business. Congratulations. Good luck to you on that. Very doable. Let's see here. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it. Somebody said you have to start somewhere. The first is the hardest. Follow Smart Money Bro and follow what he says. His advice is solid. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Where is your money? Somebody said a standard passbook savings account pays 0.50%, but a CD for 7 months pays over 5%. Good deal. Most of my money is my TSP. Of course, I have some side investments in some ETFs and index funds as well. Somebody said I purchased a condo back in 2007 for $69,000. Now it's worth $220,000, and I'm looking at purchasing a duplex in a year. Congratulations, Miss V. Smart move, right? Smart move. Real estate, smart move. Any advice on buying homes in 2024 with the inflation outrageous home values? Here's my advice, Toe Guy TV, on buying a property. You buy real estate when you're ready. Don't try to time the market. You buy it when you're ready. You buy a piece of real estate when you're ready to buy. That means you've got all your ducks in a row. You've got all your personal finances in a row together, right? You have money put aside to buy the property, and you have money put aside in case things go wrong with the property. Two different pieces of funds. Money to put aside to buy the property, and money put aside in case for emergencies when things go wrong. Plus, you have your own emergency fund for your own home, right? When you have all those things in a row, don't worry about if the interest rate is 9% or if the interest rate is 4%. Buy the property that you can afford no matter what the interest rates are. I know that's horrible advice, right? Oh, this guy's telling you horrible advice. Listen to me closely. This is why I say do that. Because if the rates do go back down, guess what? You can always refinance, right? No cash refinance. Just refinance the property to get the lower 3, 4, 5% rate. Not a big deal. Okay. Especially if you're buying a house or piece of property for the long term, just buy it when you're ready. Don't try to jump in and look, the market doesn't work to your life. The market doesn't get ready for your life. So you have to go ahead and just buy when you're ready. Don't try to worry about, well, I shouldn't buy this property in 2024 because look, if you don't, I know people that have done this and they really mess things up. It was 2018, 2019. They said, I'm not going to buy a piece of property right now. Nah, I think the property values are a little overvalued. I think they're going to come down. I'm not going to buy a piece of property in 2019, right? $200,000 property in 2019. They said, I'm not going to buy that property. Well, they wanted to wait around, and guess what happened? That property value skyrocketed from $200,000 to $300,000 by 2022, right? And so they lost $100,000 of equity because they didn't buy the property in 2019 when it was only $200,000. So the property goes to 300,000. Then in 2022, 23, the interest rates go up from 3% up to 8% for a 30-year fixed. So now, 4 years later, because they were trying to time the market, and I'm not quite sure, they didn't buy in 2019. They lost out on a whole bunch of money. Don't time the stock. Don't time the market when it comes to real estate. Buy the real estate when you're ready to buy the real estate. If it's 2024, great. Inflation is coming down. Slowly but surely it's coming down, right? Headline inflation was 9% a year and a half ago, summer of 2022, whatever it was 9%. Headline inflation is in the threes, I think now, 3 or 4%, right? So inflation is coming down. I know some things don't feel like they're coming down as fast, but buy the property when you're ready. Good question, Toe Guy. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Intentional Millionaire said, my book will discuss personal finances. Good. Congratulations. Looking forward to that. Thank you. You're welcome, Elizabeth. Veterans and FHA loans. Let's see. I do invest in ETFs and starting a consulting business. Fantastic. You might consider using a platform, Ms. V, like Teachable to actually host your coaching where they can take payments for you. Teachable is one that I use. It's in the description box below. You might want to check that out. You can do coaching and courses on Teachable. Let's see here. Somebody said, the ETF I invested in is Thros, local. You're welcome, Toe Guy. You got it, man. Appreciate you being here. Yep. So, hey, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. I appreciate you guys being here. I really wanted to come on here and talk about the 7 types of income the average millionaire uses to get richer. Right? Owning things. That's where you want to be to increase your income. There's a lot of ways you can increase your income, but increasing the types of income streams you have is very important. It's a big part of it, right? So please do me a favor and make sure you share this video with other folks, people that are your friends, your family, your children, your parents, your aunts, your uncles, and people that are just in your network of people. Maybe you have a place on the internet where you have thousands of people that you can reach out to or you talk to about money. Share it with those folks too, because this is information that we want to get out to everybody. It's not get rich quick stuff. It's just basic foundational stuff about having other streams of income besides a job, besides that number one of earned income. Right? Very important. So please share the video. That's the one way you can really help support this channel is to share the video. And also at the same time, guys, don't forget in the description box, of course, we got Mint Mobile down there. Check them out. Excellent, very inexpensive way to have wireless services on an excellent network. Also, 24 Laws of Money, my free ebook gift from me to you. Right? And also check out some of the other videos on this channel, guys. Of course, like I said, I have a ton of real estate videos on this channel. I have lots of videos about practical ways to earn more money. I've got 400, almost 450, 500 different videos on here. And YouTube, if you got questions, guys, feel free to reach out to me. Right? You can join this channel at the advanced level, and I can have a one-on-one about your personal money once a month. 15 to 20 minutes. Sometimes I go 30 minutes because I get long-winded, right? But we're starting to build that, right? Our channel here, the membership of our channel is starting to grow. More and more people that I do these one-on-ones with every single month as sort of an accountability partner. If you join at the advanced level, you can also do, full-blown 90-minute to 2-hour one-on-ones with folks about their money as well. There'll be a link to that in the description box below because everybody's finances are a little bit different. Personal finance is personal. And a lot of times when you get this blanket information on YouTube that acts like everybody's situation is the same. Well, guess what? Everybody's situation is not the same. Everybody's situation is different. And sometimes let me say it like this, guys. People are so personal with their money. People are so private about their money. People are so scared to talk to other people or hesitant to talk to other people about their money. And what happens to people is If you're scared to talk to other people about your money, then you missing out on all the other possibilities that could be happening with your money because you only see it from your standpoint. You're so far in the picture, in the frame of the picture, that you don't see the big picture. And sometimes when you have somebody else come along and take a look at what you've done with your money and give you some advice or give you some things to think about, it can spark a light bulb in your brain. But people are so guarded about their money that I think this is why a lot of people are not doing as well as they could be doing with their money, because they only know what they know. And they're so guarded about it that they don't want to share it with other people and have these type of conversations, because there's some, there could be some guilt or something behind their money or where they are with their money. They don't have what they think they should have and all that kind of stuff. But you gotta be willing to open up about your money, because if you don't open up, then you're closing yourself off to new ideas and fresh ideas about and fresh possibilities that can happen with your money. I talk to people about their money, and a lot of them sound depressed about their money situation. But then I talk to them and I look at their money situation on paper, or we share screens, and I say, man, you're doing really well. And they look and they gotta kind of pause and be like, well, I didn't know I was doing well. Well, you didn't know you was doing well because you're so tight-lipped and guarded about your money, and you think you're not doing so well because you're scrolling through IG all day and you're watching the highlights, like ESPN highlights. You're watching the best parts of everybody's life on social media, and you think you're doing bad when all of a sudden you're actually doing very well, but you had nobody to tell you that because you're so guarded with your money and you don't talk about your money, right? You ask people, what's your income? I don't want to tell you my income. I don't want to. Listen, if you want help, right, you got to sometimes open up about your money and talk to other people about your money and understand that other people are going through what you're going through, and you're probably doing better with your money than you think you are. Right? But this is why sometimes you want to maybe have a one-on-one with somebody, and you don't have to pay thousands of dollars to have a one-on-one with me. It's not thousands of dollars, right? You could do the advanced, join this group at the advanced level, or you can have a one-on-one with me. That information, those links are in the description box below, right? I'm not selling a course where it's $1,000 for my course. There's no weekend getaway with me that's $10,000 to ride in my jet, or $50,000 for me to tell you things that you could probably Google and research on your own. I don't do that. But I will help you one-on-one, but that's my time. I got to charge you for that, right? That's all I'm trying to do, is help folks, guys. That's what this whole channel is about, is helping regular people understand how they can build their wealth. Get better with money, manage money better, take advantage of all the things, the low-hanging fruit that's around us, to earn more money, to make more money, to lower our expenses, to live more frugally, right? That's what we do on this channel. You won't get scammed by me. You ask anybody that may be in the chat, if they've talked to me, I'm the same exact person when I have these one-on-one conversations. I get hyped just like I just got hyped right there. So, hey, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here, guys. Every Saturday, 11 o'clock in the morning, we're here. We're also here on Thursday evenings, afternoons, about 4:30 Central Standard Time here in America. If you're watching this on replay, drop a comment below. Smash the like button, share this video, and check out the description box. There's something in that description box for everybody. I appreciate you guys being here. And like I always say, I end every broadcast with this: the best person who's going to take care of the old you is the young you. The you today, the you right now, the person that has the energy, the person that has the time, the person that wants to get the knowledge and information today. This you today is the best person who's going to take care of the 65-year-old you, the 75-year-old you, who has to pay rent and has to buy food and has to pay for utilities and has to have transportation and may not want to rely on a grandkid, may not want to rely on the government, may not want to rely on anything else. Best person to take care of that old you is the young you. Guys, take care of yourself and take care of other people. Until the next video, peace.